You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Project Runway After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Project Runway After Show.
There we go. Is this the actual intro you did?
It's our intro.
Hi, you guys. Bing is for doing, and here at AFTERBUZZ TV, we're doing another Project Runway Season 2 of the All-Stars recap. And tonight's episode is Episode 7, Unconventional Nightmare Before Christmas.
Ooh.
And these are one of my favorite challenges that they have on Project Runway, the unconventional ones. And as they mentioned, it's not the designer's favorite challenge, though.
Nope.
I don't blame them, do you?
Nope.
All right, I'm Alina, you guys.
I'm Cougar.
And I'm Virginia.
Awesome. So let's get this show started. But before we do, tonight is special because we have a little giveaway for you guys. Cougar, tell
That's
everybody.
right. We have a hot giveaway. I'm actually really excited about this. If all of our little followers out there in AfterBuzz land go and tweet us using this hashtag, hashtag or # ABTV giveaway, you will be entered to win by the end of the show. We're going to be checking your tweets as we go here. A wonderful prize from Eternal Sparkles.
Ooh.
And if you check out Miss Virginia Reyna to the side of me, she's got this gorgeous bling bling ring. That could be yours. So tweet all your comments, use the hashtag ABTV giveaway, and we will pick one winner.
Yep.
Awesome.
Pretty hot.
Can I do it? Should I be tweeting right now?
I think so.
Yeah,
that's
tweet
like
us.
you guys, it's a perfect little holiday ring.
It is.
I know.
I love it.
It's a
so
cute bow.
Christmassy.
And if you don't
early.
tweet us right now, Alina's going to be the winner.
Yeah, we're giving it to her.
I'm going after you
And I don't
guys.
want to give it up to her.
All right, you guys. So we had a fun episode. Let's start talking about it. We see Caroline come out, and I always have to mention her outfit, just like we did Heidi's. She's wearing a mid-length tight cocktail dress. I loved it. And then she had that red lip and then the ponytail weave.
Yeah.
What'd you guys think?
I don't know. We talked about this last week. I don't know who her stylist is. We very much are in agreement that it's the B team styling team.
Yeah, I'm just not the biggest fan of it. I mean,
Yeah.
this was a little bit better, I feel like.
Look at this.
Yeah.
But I just feel like, B team.
You guys.
But it is one of her better looks. It is one of her better
It is one of her better looks. But later in this episode, she'll even reference her stylist by name. I'm sorry, honey. Give that guy the boot.
Yeah.
I gotta disagree, you guys. She's in Marquesa. I don't know. And in my defense, you guys, I'm really happy to be back. I had to be away, but I haven't seen the last 2 weeks of her outfit, so
Hideous. Terrible.
I'm going to give you two the benefit of the doubt.
Sure.
But I do like this outfit. And I like that ponytail weave.
I don't like how, to compliment her red lipstick thing, that just doesn't really work for her complexion. I don't know. That's a really weird comment for me to make. But
I disagree with that as
I
well.
don't know.
I love
Anyways.
the fair skin and the papa lips. Anyways, let's move on to the challenge. It's the unconventional challenge. We have Fawaz. I'm not going to kill his last name.
Grossi.
Grossi.
Fawaz Grossi.
Okay, and he's the founder and president of De Grossi. How do you-
DeGrossi Gono? Or something like that.
Designer of the stars.
Yes.
Yes, jewelry designer.
Of the stars.
Bling.
And I don't know how they incorporated this into the challenge, but the point is that one of the designers who ends up winning the challenge is going to get a beautiful watch from him. I'm sure it's worth a lot.
I think it was just random.
It was pretty random.
Yeah, we don't know how to fit this one in, so you're randomly gonna win this really awesome watch.
Maybe because of, all the Christmas bling, giveaway, watch. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe because it coincides with our giveaway.
Yeah,
jewelry.
maybe.
I
They
think
planned
that
it for us.
yeah, they planned it for us.
All right, let's move on to the actual challenge. They were at Pier 17, and Caroline alludes to a special store they have to go shopping in, but she doesn't tell us what until they walk into a lovely Christmas store.
hmm
They have $350 to spend and 30 minutes to shop. I was frightened when I saw the Christmas store.
Yeah.
Cougar, what were you thinking?
I was, because I had seen the lead off from last week, and I was like, how are they going to turn, some of those big Christmas props that they could be going after into an unconventional dress, and something that doesn't really scream Christmas too was the catch.
Yes, thank you for saying that.
Yeah, and I mean, it was nice to see that they didn't all go for like the Santa hats because that's typically what happens, but they are kind of in this season. It's their second season, so they know that that'll kind of knock them down if they, choose to sew something. But there was just so many different things. I really was inspired when I liked that, someone grabbed the icicles, but then we never saw that. So I don't know what was going on
Yeah.
because I was like, ooh, that could be like a really cool
Mhm.
dress that has a lot of movement, kind of like they did with the Twizzlers last season, but
Yeah,
we didn't ever see that.
we didn't.
Unconventional can go really, one of two ways. It can be really great or really awful. We saw, Anthony Ryan, his birdseed dress. I thought that was a really cool dress from last season, or from when, his season. And then you'd see other ones like Emilio's. I think it was like a washer dress
That
or
was
something
sad.
that looked terrible. So and I think we'll really see that later on in the episode.
Yeah, and throughout the workroom, we hear these designers complaining about this challenge. And you really can't blame them because really, when I saw a Christmas store, I thought red and green, this is going to be terrible.
But we
But
didn't even
we
see
had-
any dresses that color.
Yeah, because these designers know what they're doing. Well, most of them.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the workroom. I like that they started off by showing the little romance that Ivy and Casanova have going on, which is pretty random because I love Casanova and I don't really like Ivy.
And over the last couple of weeks, they've mentioned that same sort of friendship that they have, or the romance, as you so put it. And they were kind of, I think, foreshadowing something, like what's going to happen because these two have become so close. If one of them has to leave,
So you think they were just building the story?
a little tension there.
Yeah, I definitely think that. And plus, I mean, you kind of see nobody really likes Ivy because they all kind of remember her from the past. And I think
Good Lord.
Casanova's just such a nice guy that, she kind of like buddied up with him immediately because everybody else is kind of like, you were the bitch from that season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was her using him was kind of a reputation fix for her.
Hmm.
I think she just piggybacked off him for that.
And he's just so likable.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
really hard not to like Casanova. Joshua, we see his challenge is that he doesn't have fabric. And what he thought was going to be fabric ended up being a really funny Hanukkah banner. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, I really actually wanted him to go with it. I was a little sad that he maybe
Did
didn't.
you want to see the menorah print on the chest or
Yeah.
something?
I thought it could have framed things nicely.
Yeah, and that's kind of when it brought me to question, like, did they have muslin or didn't they? And, I still really couldn't tell because a lot of people did have some sort of fabric that they used, even with, like, the mesh down the side. So I don't know what he used because he used the ribbon at the end for the short. So they didn't seem to have it this challenge, which I think made it even a little bit more complicated for them.
Yeah, it was odd. I couldn't tell either, but
They did.
they did have muslin.
They were using
Bec-
muslin. If
because-
you watch the show, the underline, some of them, like
Oh,
here,
okay.
you can see it. Yeah.
Okay, because
Interesting.
how does all like that intricate detail hang on anything? I don't know. I don't think ribbon could support that.
No.
That would be weird. Emilio, from the beginning, states that he hates this challenge. Like you mentioned, his last unconventional challenge on his season was terrible, and he's having a really hard time. What did you think of his choice of material?
Well,
I should say.
I liked the purple, but I think, especially with these challenges, as soon as they go into it thinking, I'm going to suck at this isn't going to work, they just mentally get a block and then they can't
Mhm.
design it. We see it with every time that they start doing things like this with the unconventional challenges or something that's a little bit more out of their box. They kind of just set themselves up for failure. So I was just really, I don't know, I wished he would have been like, I sucked last time, this time I want to
I'm
kill
gonna
it.
own it.
Yeah, and he didn't do that, and I was kind of like, and people like that, I just wish they would go home because
Yeah.
it's like your designer, just, I don't know. think a little more out of the box.
And he could have, come up with something great. I thought, for a second, and I think, somebody mentioned the fact that when he did go into the Santa's workshop, the Christmas store, that he was going away. He wasn't going to find or use any Christmas colors at all. He got some purples and things like that. So, he had the right frame of mind at the beginning, and then he's like, man, I'm going to suck at this, and I can't do it. And brought himself down. Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, you guys have a point, and it's just hard though, because if you work one way your whole career, and then now all of a sudden you're using a glue gun and ribbon, it's pretty
But
tough.
these are creative people.
You're right.
I don't want to give them too much leeway on
No.
that. These are creative people. We want to see imagination. We want to be able to see that ability to work with their hands.
Well, and plus, this is their second time being on Project Runway. You know this challenge is coming. I mean, why don't you practice, research a little? How could I use this? I don't know. I just didn't understand how he went through so many glue guns. Like, what was he doing with them?
Yeah, he was having a tough time.
It's not
in
that
the
hard.
workroom.
You plug it in and the glue melts. Like, what was going on there?
Yeah.
Challenging. All right, Joanna, she comes in and she's worried about Joshua because he's got a lot going on in the top, but he was kind of lost when it came to the bottom because his fabric issue. Who else was she talking to that kind of had them worried? Emilio.
And with Emilio, he had a whole bunch of stuff up on the neck, all those crazy butterflies, and they looked really, really cool from afar. And then he just took them off and did this basket weave thing. I mean, I think he should have continued to go with that. And he had that when he talked to her, and then he just took it all off. So I don't know what she might have said to him for him to go in another direction. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. And let's move on to Anthony Ryan. He was talking to Joanna, and he made it clear, I'm trying to make a stage dress, something that has presence. We see that he does that. He has the beautiful silvers, and then he used, what was it, a disco ball to get that glass effect?
I don't know where he got that from.
It was really
Yeah.
Those
pretty,
individual pieces, I'm not sure. But, he was going in it could have been a cool,
I was just going to
direction.
ask, do you think you could see a pop star wearing that dress on stage?
Yeah, you could
Yeah, when
see,
we get there.
he always really thinks about his design, and even when he was laying out the pieces, he was making a pattern with them, and I think that's where the people really succeed, is okay, they have an exact plan, as opposed to, we saw the people that failed, like poor Casanova, it was just try this, rip it off, try this, rip it off. But when you're doing something like that with that short of amount of time, you kind of just gotta commit to something and go with it.
Yeah. In the workroom, the ones that were most successful were the ones where we could see that they committed to the idea and they just went for it. But they also, you could tell they had a clear vision for it from the beginning. I mean, because especially when we talk about winners, there was so much more intricacy in the top performers tonight and what they produced.
Speaking of people who knew what they were doing, Uli goes in there and she says, all right, I know what I want to do. The judges said they love me for the ornaments that I add to my garments. They really like that 60s dress. So she's going to try to make another dress like that. Well, Joanna tells her, hey, your dress right now is resembling your 60s dress a little too much. That had me worried. I love Uli, so I was like, oh no, is she going to make the same dress?
I mean, I definitely think she has, a style, but I think that is her strong point. She has a very clear vision as a designer. So, and in something like this where you can be really intricate with your embellishments, I think she knew better, not better than Joanna, but, she knew that that was a way to go for her. And obviously it paid off.
Yeah, and I feel like she found a balance where it wasn't too much like that 60s dress, yet it still had her signature, as Isaac called it. Models end up going in there and then they're helping the designers. We see Casanova. He started over 3 times and he's freaking out and starting over, freaking out, starting over, and he's just so hilarious too in the process. I love that even though he's half finished, he doesn't really throw tantrums. He's just still carefree and funny and cute.
The comment I forgot to make, can we talk about Casanova's hat from the beginning of the show?
We're going to talk about every outfit he was wearing because I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
The turban.
Yeah. Is
Let's
that what
talk
it
about
was?
It was a turban. It was a brown turban.
Yeah. It just looks so ridiculous, Casanova. I don't understand you at all.
Listen, they're designers. Like you said, they're creative people.
That doesn't mean
I
that you
mean-
should look like hot garbage.
Yeah, turban. I've never understood that trend. I remember when they told, like, when I was back in school, like a year or so ago, they were like, "Oh, turbans are gonna come in," and I was like, "Really? Are you kidding?" And
Yeah.
then you see people wearing them, and it's like, why?
Yeah,
I
that
don't
was
know.
like 70s.
I just don't get it.
Prada, like, had a
Yeah,
huge.
but I mean, just because Prada makes it doesn't mean it's cool.
You're right.
Yeah.
I didn't
know.
rock it,
Fashion
but I
isn't
love it.
fashionable
I
unless-
love it on Casanova. Steven, our engineer, rocks it on Saturdays. I think it looks really good.
Yeah.
And then it's like the low V-neck
Steven.
with all the braided embellishment. I mean, I just don't understand. I don't want to see that much chest hair on a man. Unless he's shirtless.
I died when I saw. Did you guys? All right, Casanova, you guys was wearing a polyester V-neck, very low V-neck shirt from like 1982. Would you guys say?
Hey, that's the year I was born.
Yeah.
And it had to be a woman's shirt.
It had to be a woman's shirt.
And the turban could not have been a guy. There's no guy's turban out there like that.
No, I don't
No.
even think it was really a turban. I think he took some type of brown polyester and like molded
braided
it.
up top there
It was
with a little
awesome.
skull cap.
And then, I mean, I'm moving a little too forward, but the runway outfit he was wearing, the vest with the fur,
Oh, yeah.
he's just a diva.
Okay.
Love you.
We'll come back to that.
Love you. Mean it, Casanova.
She's calling you out, buddy.
All right, Emilio. On the other hand, he's frantic. Going crazy. Virginia mentioned, how do you not know how to use a glue gun? He didn't.
I mean, don't you learn that in like 2nd grade when you're like building a volcano
You know,
or something?
when he first got on there, you know, we were both like, wow, okay, he had something going on around the neck here, and then they zoomed in and it was butterflies.
It was awful.
And we were like,
butterflies.
what the hell is up with the butterflies?
It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
I don't think it could have gotten any worse than it ended up, though.
Well,
Less is more.
yeah.
Less is more, I say. So do we want to do our fan favorites? Should I look that up?
Yeah, let me look that up for a second.
All right, while Virginia is looking that up, you guys, we do this show because we're super fans. So please show us, excuse me, Steven. Please show us some support by rating our, I'm going to kill our engineer.
Thank you to Steven.
Please show us your support by rating our show on iTunes, commenting. We love it. We read all of them. Virginia gives me updates on YouTube comments. Lo usually gives me updates on the iTunes comments, so we really appreciate it.
By the way, I'm not low. This
He is
No.
not Lo. Lo is not here today.
Oh, and remember, if you guys are out there watching us right now and you didn't catch the very beginning of the show, we're doing that great giveaway sponsored by Eternal Sparkles. And we are the hashtag. We want you to tweet comments to us using the hashtag ABTV giveaway.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Well, I don't know where to find the fan favorite. I do
No
know
problem.
that it was on while we were watching it, and it was Anthony Ryan still. Lo is our guru for that, and so we miss you, Lo, because
We
I don't
miss
know
you,
where to even
Lo.
look for that. I tried.
Should we just
Googling
give our fan favorites?
You know what? Let's give our fan favorites. Guess who's mine?
Casanova. You have a
Casanova.
thing for the foreigners on Project Runway.
Maybe I do.
Casanova. Wow. My fan favorite at this point has got to be, I think, Anthony Ryan.
You know, how about I'm going to just do the non-fan favorite. And my non-fan favorite is Laura Kathleen's eyebrows.
Oh!
Ooh.
I
Yeah!
know that's Cougar.
Oh,
also.
man. I don't know why. Yeah. I agree with you on that one. Laura Kathleen, get him out of here. Like, seriously.
Seriously.
Oh, I was so mad when I was okay with her design last week for Diane von Furstenberg, but I just wanted her eyebrows to get kicked off the show.
All right, moving on. Runway time. Caroline walks out. Let's talk about the outfit. Wearing a really simple red dress. I thought it was
Caroline
okay.
Murphy, it was fine. It was way better than her green dress from last week. That was atrocious.
I gotta look that up.
It was really bad.
Yeah, and you know, I liked the dress. I didn't understand it with the shoes so much, though. Because it was like a summer dress, you know,
With
because it was like a
black
nice
heels.
strapless with black heels. And I'm thinking you need a little something more with that if it's going to go from day to night.
Mhm.
I don't know.
I have
Maybe
a
like,
suggestion for her.
oh, go ahead.
Get a new stylist.
Dun dun
That-
dun.
Bum bum bum. Do you have that one, Steven?
I do. It's
There you
just a
go.
little too dramatic. I need one that's
Dramatic Cougar.
dun dun dun.
That was good.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
like
pretty
that.
dramatic statement.
Hell,
He's telling her to fire A stylist.
Get a new stylist. I'm not a stylist, and I will A-game you so hard.
He
That's
will
an offer.
upgrade you.
That is an offer.
I will
right there.
upgrade you.
Do you have Beyonce?
Yeah.
I can load it. What do you want?
No. It's
That's
fine.
good.
It's off.
I got it. I knew where you were going.
All right. Speaking of B game, Beyonce wasn't a guest judge, but Lala Anthony was. That was pretty random.
Actor, producer, Lala.
Really? What does
What
she
is
act
what
on?
has she acted in? Maybe Fast and the Furious?
Has she?
I
No,
I don't know.
Basketball Wives? But can you call that acting? Because
She was
No,
on- no.
she
she
has
not on
her own
Basketball
reality
Wives?
show,
Oh.
That would be
and
acting.
it is acting.
Yeah.
Bad acting.
Really?
Lala is not relevant, and nor has she been relevant ever since she was on that one show that wasn't relevant.
Wasn't she a VJ? Isn't that what it started
yeah.
out with? Okay.
She was
That's
a
what I
VJ.
thought.
Yeah.
I just don't like her because when I lived in Denver, the whole, I don't know. there
Was she
like
with
a-
Carmelo Anthony or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's who she
Is that
married.
Carmelo's baby mama?
Yes.
Yeah,
And there was
and
like a whole
wife.
controversy
Oh.
with him leaving to New York, and we never liked him after that.
Ah.
Denver people didn't. It was like a.
Now I get it.
Lala's cred as a judge on Project Runway is non-existent, and it brings down the credibility of Project Runway to be associated with Lala. Sorry.
Yeah.
Especially All Stars.
All stars. All stars. That you know
We've
what?
already had this issue. The judges are not.
Well, they had Diane von
Overall.
Furstenberg.
Yeah.
They
had
talked
No,
about
not
that.
Diane, but
But for like guest judges, they had her. They had Jason Wu. They had Robert Rodriguez, who we didn't know, but then we saw in the Target Nordstrom line.
Yeah.
And now they have her. Like, what has she done for fashion
But they keep
ever?
saying that. They keep saying, Joanna will say that during the show, this is all stars. You got to perform like an all-star. Caroline Murphy says that all the time. You got to perform like an all-star.
no, I don't mean the guest judges. I miss those two amazing DVF and
Yeah.
Jason Wu. That's great, but I don't like Georgina as much, or Isaac, or Caroline.
I just like the British
Isaac's my
accent.
homeboy.
Yeah,
That
I
dude.
like Isaac because he's just. There's something funny about him. I wish they could do like
There is.
Isaac with Michael and Heidi.
He's too nice though. They don't keep it real. Michael
Isaac's
Kors. Michael.
Too nice?
Michael
No.
Kors rips people apart, and I like it because
He
it's
causes
honest.
pain and tears.
Well, Isaac, see, you weren't here last week. Isaac kind of ripped into a few people last week.
Really?
He was a little
Hey.
nicer
A
today,
little
but
saucy.
he said something was atrocious.
Nice.
And yeah,
Love that word.
yeah.
All right. Speaking of atrocious, let's start this runway. Anthony Ryan. He
Whoa.
has a really beautiful, structured, ornate dress. I mean, from far, it doesn't even look like it's ornaments. It just looks like something you'd see on a couture runway. I thought it was pretty dope.
It was gorgeous. I wrote down FTW for the win, Anthony Ryan, with the trims.
Yeah, I just loved how sparkly it was. It was silver. I wanted to wear it for New Year's.
Tell you, girls love sparkles.
Girly
Yeah,
girl.
Sparkles, sparkles.
Eternal sparkles.
Exactly.
Ivy, she had this yellow dress, looked kind of like a shift dress with, I think she was trying to create the illusion of feathers dangling. It wasn't feathers though, it was some type of wire, and then it had lace sleeves, a keyhole. I just thought the color was ugly, boring.
Did she recycle
snooze.
last week's dress?
That's what
I
I
think
thought.
she cut it up and added some crap from the store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I-
Ivy needs to go home. I don't know why or who's making the decisions, because there's somebody making the decisions, and they're keeping her on for some reason. I don't know.
Drama.
Yeah.
I guess
it
she's not
was-
even that dramatic. She just sucks. Sorry.
Yeah, it was just awful
Anyways.
altogether. It was over designed and
Nothing special about
Boring.
it. Lame the seams that they pointed out her seams are in awful placement, and yeah. So
Joshua, he had this bralette that was made out of these crazy ornaments, and then shorts, booty shorts that fit terribly because he made them last minute with ribbon. The bra top I thought was cute, but then the shoulders reminded me. Have you guys ever seen the Thai Buddhas?
mm-hmm.
Like the outfits that like the religious outfits they wear when they
Sure.
do the dances. She could have been one of
She
them.
could have been kind of
Yeah,
a
the model.
monk or something.
yeah,
Besides the booty
I
shorts.
liked the bra part of it. It reminded me of Katy Perry's like what were they? The cupcakes that
Oh,
she
yeah.
had. That's what it reminded me of. And the bottom was just if it like they said, if the top would have been more like the bottom, it would have been really great. But yeah, I feel like that's why he knew he was on the bottom, but that he was going to be safe because he knew the top was great.
Yeah.
So, and also mentioning, performers, Kylie Minogue was the second guest judge, and all the boys on the show were pretty excited, at least the gay boys, because she's a huge, she has a huge gay following.
Like Robin, all of
Huge.
those, yeah.
Yeah, and she's like Australia's biggest pop star too.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's pretty
Cool.
big in Europe.
She's hot. I mean,
She's
she's
hot.
40 plus. She's good looking.
She's
She's
good.
gone through a lot.
You'd take her.
I'd take her.
Uli. I thought her dress was pretty. Again, we see a lot of embellishment, and she had mixed silver and gold. It fit pretty well. I love Uli.
She
I
did
think
her
she's
thing.
so talented, and she can take it all.
I think she did a good job because the way that she placed all of the material, it created an hourglass figure on someone that, not that models don't have the greatest bodies, but a lot of times they're very straight. And, she gave that model a very nice curve, and I think that could work on so many people. Anytime you create that illusion, it automatically makes everybody look a little bit skinnier.
I like the sheer panel, too. Georgina mentioned that. Emilio. I thought it was an ugly color.
Yes.
And it had this rope, top part, fitted. It looked like a BB dress to me. And it was just really, really bad, I thought.
I just put
Gold.
ugly, ugly, ugly.
Oh, we just got a really funny tweet. Somebody who's trying to win the ABTV giveaway was saying that they need to put a limit on the glue guns.
Yes. Amy, thank you for that. Or BB Boston.
BB Boston, yeah.
BB Boston.
But Emilio, yeah, the first question that came into my head when his model walked out was, what happened to the butterflies? There was no explanation. Where did the butterflies go? And I thought actually it could have added more visual interest because you really couldn't see his weaving, which he ended up having to glue instead of sew. It could have made it more visually interesting, I think. But the butterflies did suck. I don't know. And so it was a fail overall. Yeah, poor guy.
Poor guy. And Laura Kathleen.
Oh, wait, Casanova.
Casanova, this is your guy.
Oh, we're talking about Emilio. Sorry, I mixed those two together. Yeah,
How could you ever do that?
I know,
This is
that's
you.
terrible. Emilio's dress, sorry, basket weaving. I didn't love it. I thought it was an ugly color, but I thought the shape was interesting. Too bad he didn't execute it correctly. Casanova, ugly color again.
It
That
was
gold.
like they were the same. Ivy and his dress were the same color.
They need
It's
to
like
stop
they were
hanging out.
Yeah, how they said they were the same mind. I understand. It was like the same awful yellow dress.
I thought it was so tacky. And this is what I was referring to as a BB dress.
Okay, that's what I was a little confused when you said that. I was
Yeah,
like, what
like
do you mean?
the bodycon BB dresses that have too much going on, and
It brought him back to his Miami Nights days. That's how I felt about that dress. Sorry,
his third
Casanova.
dress wasn't.
Yeah. In stark contrast, though, even though they use the same color palette and they, canoodle a lot, Ivy and Casanova, Casanova's execution of the dress and his visual interest and kind of the layers and things were far superior to anything that I've seen Ivy do, ever.
I agree.
Ever.
Yeah, there was more detail. It was just, I thought it was tackier though.
Yeah. Well, that was his third attempt.
Yeah.
Gotta give him some credit for being able to pull off a third attempt in, the short time span that they did
No,
have.
and he's such a trooper about it.
This is your man. You gotta defend your man.
I do. I do. Laura Kathleen, she made a boxy little cocktail gown. It had a lot of beading, and it had a lot of beading detail up top, and then a really pretty backless back.
Backless back. Yeah.
And I thought it was pretty. And Virginia mentioned it's too boxy. It makes her look big.
Little odd shape.
Right, and she's a small,
it's
it's a
true.
model who's kind of like even Isaac said, she looks fat. And it's like, how can you make a model look fat? Like, there's
That's a tough thing
obviously
to do.
something wrong with the draping. And did you see the look on her face when they were like, when they said, when he said, I don't like it? Like, "Ugh, you don't like my design? Do you know who I am? Do you see these eyebrows?
I just
I
won
am
that
the
DVF
only-"
competition,
Yeah,
Isaac.
exactly.
Step off.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even tell me that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
I thought she did a good job. It was way boxy. I don't know. I think that make her look fat at all. But then the way that her embellishments kind of like trickled from like the mid region down didn't look very well executed. And one of the judges, maybe it was Lala or Kylie Minogue, had mentioned how they were too big, the embellishments that she chose to use, and I definitely agreed.
But it was from a damn ornament
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the detail on the top looked so nice. When she first started doing it in the
Yeah.
workroom, I was like, okay, she might actually kill this challenge. But then when you did see it towards the end and she put those bigger pieces on, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that looks
She
a little more
could've-
crafty.
She could have left those off and it would have been better probably. So let's talk about, should we do bad news first or good news first?
I like bad news, so let's go with the bad.
All right.
Let's make
the
fun of somebody.
loser. We said goodbye to Casanova tonight.
How do you feel about that?
So
Alina.
sad. So sad, you guys. Because the show's not as fun.
No.
He's so cute. He has something fun to wear every week. And he's funny. And he's sweet.
Yeah. I
Bye,
heard a
Casanova.
heartbreak. I heard a heartbreak when they said that he was going home.
We could really use sentimental music right now, but you're
But
failing.
Steven, our producer, stopped paying attention.
He's like, fashion. I can only take so much fashion.
I'm just entranced by the show. It's on the TV.
How
and I'm
about you
still watching.
guys?
Well, I mean, Cougar, you were slightly upset while we were watching about this. You
Oh,
let
yeah.
out a nice no.
I know. I was ready to put my fist through the table or something. I don't know. When they announced that Casanova was leaving the show, I knew that Josh McKinley was going to be safe because he's great. He has the potential for greatness. He's been a little bit slow. This guy Steven over here on the draw when it comes to
You're
the
really
music.
gonna call me out right now?
Yeah.
Our engineer, Steven, tweet him.
He's,
Anyone else, you wouldn't even have music.
I'm just saying that the sad music is more for you now.
Oh.
Done.
You know,
He could stop
when
our
I
show.
grew up as a lonely child in the summer times of Los Africanos, Mexico, Santa Monica, California.
What?
I don't know.
All right.
Anyways,
going back
we're
to
gonna miss Casanova.
yeah, so he gets sent home and I let out an audible shriek of what the hell were they thinking not sending Ivy home? She is atrocious. Her designs are terrible. She's an awful
atrocious.
person. She's not even good to look at.
Hell to the nah.
Oh, hell to the nah.
Oh, hell to the yes.
And I don't even like Casanova that much. Sorry, Alina. I mean, he's fine. I'm just not crazy about the guy. But still, Ivy deserved to go home so long ago. Put her on her way. Yeah, I'm calling that she's the next one off. She's got to be.
You're just sad about Casanova because Ivy didn't get sent off. So you're really not sad because he's leaving
Yeah, I guess. I don't care.
by default.
By default. I would prefer that he would stay, actually.
Okay. I'll take
Because
it.
Ivy is so terrible. And, hopefully it'll create a better storyline for next episode now that his other half is gone. Or her other half, excuse me,
She'll
is
be
gone.
heartbroken.
Yeah.
And this episode was bittersweet for me because my favorite did win. Uli. Yay!
All right, on
Oh,
cue.
yes. Round of applause for Uli and Steven.
Round of applause.
And I thought her dress was great. She's really talented. She deserves as many wins as they want to give her.
Yeah. You know what? The thing that the moment I think the producers missed on the show was actually having or talking about Uli and Anthony's two looks together. They should have done something side by side or had them come out or had them stand next to each other. I mean, they were both incredibly great looks, but they were so similar and they belonged in that same collection together.
Yeah.
I didn't fault them for that at all. I think they looked amazing. They did a great job in their execution. Uli won. She got that really cool watch.
She did.
Yeah. Not as blingy as I thought it would be. She didn't get any diamonds, but it's definitely fit her
Yeah.
style.
But her style is not blingy. She's so like boho. So I think it works.
She is.
All right, you guys.
So wait, who's left over? Who didn't? Oh, Laura Kathleen was in the top. Yeah.
Laura Kathleen was safe.
I don't really know how that worked out, but
But let's talk giveaway. So let's show off that ring first.
bling.
You can find it on Twitter.
You
Either of
can
our Twitters.
you can find it on Twitter. More importantly, oh, I love the game show music. We would like to thank our generous sponsor, Eternal Sparkles.
Sparkles.
So please go to their website, eternalsparkles.com.
Keep showing off
Or
the
you
ring.
can find us on Amazon.
Or
which,
you can
if
find-
you go to us by Amazon, you should first click on AfterBuzz TV and then go to Amazon.
Yeah,
We'll get a little kickback.
You guys, tweet these two #ABTV giveaway. You guys, what do you want them to say? What should they tweet?
They've just been commenting on the show, and that's all we wanted you to do is comment, comment, comment,
Keep the
and use
comments
that.
coming.
Yeah. So,
All right,
and we'll
somebody's
choose
gonna
the
be
winner.
wearing that ring soon.
Maybe I'll use it to propose to somebody lucky. Lucky lady. Yeah, Steven. You had to ruin my mojo on that one.
That's what you get for calling me slow.
All right.
He was waiting. I think he had that one ready.
All right, now let's do some predictions
For next week.
for next week.
What did they
Good.
say the challenge? Oh, it's the face-off, the fashion face-off.
Can you tell us what the fashion face-off is?
They said they were pairing up two. I mean, there's what, 6 people left now, and they said Joanna said it was the 2 blondes against each other, so eyebrows against Uli,
Ooh.
and that should be good.
Yep.
I don't know. So who do you think is strongest and who is the weakest?
Personally, I think Anthony Ryan is the strongest. He can create a great look. You know, he's the Dimitri of last season in the sense of Mitri, and I know you ladies love Mitri, but I really think that he can create a very elegant look out of almost anything. You know, that's what I've seen from him so far. Who is the weakest? Yeah, we don't even need to ask that question. Ivy, if she doesn't go home, I'm gonna be super mad, and I will throw something on camera live next week if she doesn't go home.
No, you won't.
Okay, maybe I will not throw anything next week live on camera.
You can just yell, Alina.
Other than well, you could throw a tantrum.
There you go.
That's
I
what
like
I'm
that.
throwing.
Watch out, Steven.
See,
you.
he can throw something.
I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. Virginia.
I completely agree. If Ivy's here another week, it's like the Wicked Witch lives.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going for Uli as the winner, and I think the weakest right now is Joshua. Sorry, guys.
Really?
I don't like Ivy, but Josh, he doesn't have taste to me.
His weakness is that he's a little arrogant. I
He's
think
a
that's
lot
his
arrogant.
weakness.
That's true.
Because he's like, oh, I'm so good, blah blah blah. But you think Uli's gonna take it all
Uli.
over Anthony Ryan?
That's that's interesting.
It's bold, isn't it?
Yeah, and Anthony Ryan did pick on Josh McKinley a little bit on this show, talking about how he couldn't see where, the sense of where he was going with things.
Yeah.
Are we getting
Well-
played out?
I think so.
Yeah, we are getting played out. Thank you guys for listening. Follow me on Twitter at _Alina23. That's ALINA23.
At Cougar Tweets on Twitter, we're going to pick that contest giveaway winner.
And follow me at Virginia Reyna, and don't forget to tweet us.
All right. Thanks, you guys. Thank you, Steven.
Thanks, Steven.
Thanks, Steve.
You're welcome.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.